AZA-accredited zoos and aquariums recognize that all life on Earth is part of one interconnected system. Animals, plants, and humans are all affected by changes in our environment, and one of the biggest challenges we face today is climate change. So you might wonder, what's causing the climate to change? It's simple, really. You probably know that regular carbon dioxide, or CO2, is released into the air when animals exhale, and that it is then absorbed by plants to help them grow, and oceans to help them maintain their life-sustaining chemical balance. But we are also adding CO2 to the air when we burn coal or oil for electricity, or gas to power our cars. We call this rampant CO2 because there is too much of it being produced. Rampant CO2 is building up in our oceans and disrupting nature's balance. Rampant CO2 is also building up in our atmosphere, where it surrounds our planet and acts much like a blanket which traps heat. As we add more and more CO2, it increases the heat-trapping blanket effect, resulting in climate changes that are already affecting us and many species of animals, even those that can be found near you. For instance, did you know that moose are being hurt by climate change? They are, but probably not in a way you might expect. Moose share their habitat with many other species, including some parasites, like the tick. In the past, ticks were merely an annoyance to the moose, much like they sometimes are to humans. Unfortunately, warming temperatures in the regions where moose and ticks are found are causing winters to become shorter each year. This means that of the 3,000 eggs each tick can lay, most will survive when they would normally freeze. The tick population, therefore, is exploding, and a single moose may have more than 150,000 ticks living on its blood. Moose in this condition are often referred to as ghosts because they are covered in gray ticks. While this moose story is concerning, it's not too late to help. We know that the majority of Americans are concerned about climate change, but many feel overwhelmed by it, or think they're too busy to address it. Fortunately, it doesn't take a lot of effort to protect wildlife if we work together. Did you know that more than 180 million people, like you, visit AZA-accredited zoos and aquariums each year? That's more than the annual attendance of all professional sporting events combined. If all of us start by sharing our concerns with friends, families, and coworkers, we can find ways to turn concern into positive change action. In communities across the country, people are joining together to create systems that make it easier to curb CO2 emissions. For example, we know that more than 1/3 of our CO2 emissions comes from using energy to produce, transport, and dispose of the food we eat and the goods we use. In Hamilton, Massachusetts, the Women's League of Voters implemented a successful town-wide composting program that made it easier to convert waste into a valuable product. Not only were they able to reduce the amount of trash produced, they also improved their recycling rates and created a new revenue stream. When local people join together to support system-wide change, it becomes fun and easier for everyone to reduce their CO2 emissions. We hope you will connect with those in your social circles to increase the conversation about climate change and find creative ways to protect people and animals that share our home.